Hello, welcome to Exotic Ganning with me, Yorkshire Kris, on this glorious, beautiful, sunny morning. Sun's reflecting off this shelter into my eyes here, but this shelter's not going to be here for long because it's time to get rid of the winter shelters. In fact, it's probably been a month overdue to get rid of the winter shelters over my arid bed. And in today's episode, we're going to be concentrating our time in this section of the garden where the palms and the yuccas and the agaves are. We're going to be tidying it up for summer, getting rid of the shelters and making the plants look really good for the season ahead. So it's just a matter of unscrewing these. And whilst I do this, here's a nice little montage. Now we've removed all the shelters, let's have a closer look at the arid bed with the Agaves and Armata. And the first thing to say is the Armata is totally fine. Beautiful steely blue leaves. The spear of that plant is totally firm. A little tug on the centre and that's totally fine, which is great to see. Absolutely beautiful palm tree, almost white in the sunlight. Now underneath we've got the Agave montanas, and these have come through pretty well. We've got a bit of spotting here on this one, but nothing in the centre and nothing on that side. And on the other one we're totally pristine, there's no spotting whatsoever. Here on the americana, the centre, let's have a look. I want to say it's fine. Yeah, that's fine, but the older leaves, we've got some dieback on those, spotting fungal and then dying off, like on this one here. But overall, that'll be fine. I'll just tidy up the older leaves. Now the lophanthera over there does look a bit suspect, so we'll have a close look at that in a second. Over here, the Chimerops vulcano. That's looking okay, but we have got more spotting this year, I think, because we had two very wet winters in a row. We have got a lot of spotting, and I've never taken a leaf off this, so I think what I'll do today is actually cut off a lot of the older leaves. We'll see if we've got a trunk behind all this foliage, and we'll tidy it up, get rid of that spotting on those older leaves. It is some on the newer leaves, but I'll try to keep as many leaves as possible that are looking healthy, but just remove the lower leaves to see what we're dealing with, and then just generally tidy up this bed. But the Brahea star of the show is looking fantastic, as I've just said. This Yucca rostrata, which flowered and then lost its head as it flowered and produced a new head here, that is looking okay, but it is small. It flowered and flowered again. It's a very small head on a very large trunk, but hopefully that will bulk out this summer. And at ground level, we've got some cacti, some looking better than others. The one over there is not looking good, but over here we do have some looking good. If we go past this Desilarium, over here we've got the same species, Chilean cacti, and that one's looking totally fine, but this one did have a shelter over it. So it does show you the difference between having a shelter and no shelter, either on hardy plants or relatively hardy. Having that shelter, getting away the rest of that rain over winter, makes a huge difference. That's looking totally fine, that one. And that's the view of the volcano from this side. So yeah, that needs to tidy up. And then we're going to move on to some of the other plants. We're going to weed over all this area, and then we're going to tackle the big Jubaea. Now the big Jubaea palm behind me in the centre of the garden. Looks magnificent on this beautiful blue sky day. But some of the older leaves are covering a lot of the plants underneath, and they're getting old and tatty around the base as well. And I want to really see that trunk, so I'm going to clear it away with a new sharp handsaw, the oldest leaves. And then we're going to see that beautiful trunk and see more of the planting around. So I've taken off about a dozen leaves, and I think that looks pretty good. It really exposes the trunk, and you can see it's almost a pineapple shape, and it is a balance between aesthetics, what it looks like, and growth for the plant as well. So obviously the more leaves you take off, the less energy the plant has to be able to grow bigger. But I wanted to take off the tattiest leaves, the oldest leaves, and really expose that trunk. So it is a balance. I've still got lots of leaves in the crown, so it's still nice and healthy up there. Lots of leaves to provide food for the plant from photosynthesis. I think it was the right call to cut off those lower leaves. Now I need to tidy off the leaves, tidy them away. It's like I said, about a dozen or so to clear up, and we'll carry on clearing up this area. Now I've given this Chemops humilis quite a severe haircut as well, taking off a lot of the leaves, probably half of the leaves, because it had a lot of spotting, again because it was a very wet winter twice in a row. So even with all this drainage and this gravel, it's still very wet once you go underneath the gravel, and it's affected this plant, and the air's been very wet and humid for the last 2 winters. So I've cut all those damaged and affected leaves off, and we've still got all these funny structures here, and these are the failed seeds that have not set over the last probably 10 years. So this is quite a tall trunk now. It's what, 5 foot 1.5 meters tall of pure trunk. These come off pretty easy. You can snap them off or snip them off like that, and I'll go around pulling these off and snipping them off just so it looks a bit more attractive. And I'll cut back these old leaf stems or petioles that have gone hard. Now I can get in there and start neaten it up a bit. And once we've done that, behind it we've got this brutish Yucca faxona, which is a big Yucca. It'll get bigger and bigger over the years, but the lower leaves now do need a trim and a tidy up as well. So I won't be using these snippers, these secateurs. I'll be using the saw to get in there and cut through those fibrous old leaves. But for now, I'll just carry on taking off the old failed seed heads. Now this Yucca is quite a ferocious beast, so ideally you should wear goggles because the points on these leaves are pretty sharp, very rigid, stiff leaves. The oldest dead leaves should be able to just pull off if you yank downwards or twist like that. I'll do that for the lowest ones like this, but some won't come off so easy. So I've got a saw and I'll just cut down, and actually I think I'll cut everything below this height going around, because these are starting to die back anyway with spotting, and everything under horizontal I think it'll look nice and neat if we cut those off. So I'll go in carefully. I might just do a short cut and then cut again once I've got better access. So now I can get in here better. I'll cut closer to the trunk. Try to get as neat as I can. And then I'll continue going around the plant to neaten it up. Now I think you'll agree that looks a lot better, a lot neater. I've still got a bit more to tidy up, and it's a good job I've cut back all these leaves, because in this area here it was very, very wet with wood lice, we had worms, and we have got some rot. You can smell that familiar rotting agave yucca smell, which were these leaves in this area. I've felt the trunk and it does feel firm, so I don't think it's gone into the trunk, but it's something to be aware of because you can get holes forming in the trunk as well. But I've cleared this area up and I think it looks much, much better, and this will continue to grow because this is a tree yucca and it'll grow very tall. Given, you know, another 20-30 years, it'll be a big tree and multi-stemmed when it eventually flowers as well. And behind us I've had a go at the Desilarion and the Agaves, and I've cut a few more branches off the Jubaea palm as well. So this area looks a lot fresher, a lot cleaner now we've cleared it out, but there's still a lot of mess to pick up. So I'll give you a quick overview of this area and then I'll show you what it looks like probably in an upcoming video once I've tidied up all the debris off the floor. So the Brahea Armata is still looking fantastic in the sunlight, and the Agaves have been cleared up underneath it, looking a lot more tidy. And a look at the Yucca linifolia, looks totally fine with no clearing up. Big huge blue spherical ball of leaves. More Yuccas there, including the Vaxona that we've just tidied up. And now we've got the big trunk of the Jubaea chilensis, which you can see. Now I've cut back a lot of the leaves, but as you can see we've still got a nice healthy crown of leaves up there. So it's not done it too much harm taking off those lower leaves, and it really exposes the trunk like I said. And once I've cleared it up, the ground will have all the nice plants coming through, the agapanthus, the cacti, and the other ground plants that you'll see down here in the summer months. And there is a view going through the garden. So this is the Arid garden. Thank you for watching this edition of Exotic Gardening UK. Join me next week where I'll be doing more in the garden.